Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin sayyidina wa maulana Muhammadi wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in amma ba'du. Excellency KJ Haji Hasan Mutawakkil ala Allah SHMM, caretaker of Zainul Hasan Genggong Islamic Boarding School, Excellency Mr. Dr. Abdul Aziz Wahab BAMAG, Rector of Zainul Hasan Genggong Islamic University, Excellency Mr. Beni Hamdani SSS PDMPD, Head of English Education Study Program and Pragmatics Lecture. Let me introduce myself. My name is Vina Rizqiyah from the 7th semester of the English Education Department, Zainul Hasan Genggong Islamic University, Kaksan Probolinggo. Here I will tell you about reference and inference in pragmatic. Definition describe reference as a pragmatic action where the speaker attempts to identify something like language with its effectiveness relying on shared knowledge between the speaker and the listener. Similarly, you'll emphasize that reference depends on the situational context and the speaker's intent to draw the listener's attention to a particular entity. Thus, what is being referred to is shaped not only by linguistic expressions but also by how they are interpreted in specific situations. Both source and underscore that reference in pragmatics focus on understanding meaning through a combination of linguistic expression and the social or cognitive context in which communication occurs. And there are 5 types of reference. Number 1, anaphoric reference, cataphoric reference, exaphoric reference, anaphoric reference, and lexic reference. And therefore, the role of reference in communication facilitates the understanding of specific meaning, establishes cohesion in text or discourse, reflects social relationships and contextual situation, minimize uncertainty or ambiguity. Levision emphasized that inference is essential in pragmatics because it bridges the gap in communication, filling in what the speaker left unsaid. Similarly, you'll highlight that inference allows listener or reader to grasp the speaker's underlying intention. This is particularly evident in the understanding of implicator, where listeners interpret understand message hinted by the speaker. Example of inference in pragmatics: if someone says it's cold outside while looking at an open window, the listeners may infer that the speaker wants the window closed. This understanding is based on context and the implied intention rather than explicit language. And there are 5 types of inference. Number 1, conversational implicator. Number 2, presupposition. And number 3, explicator. Number 5, default inference. And number 5, non-literal inference. And there are 5, the role of inference in interpreting meaning. Number 1, enhancing the understanding of implied meaning. Number 2, minimizing ambiguity in conversations. Number 3, improving communication. efficiency, and number 4, facilitating the interpretation of cultural and contextual meaning, and number 5, aiding in the comprehension of non-literal meaning. And the connection between reference and inference in pragmatics. Reference and inference are interdependent processes that work together to enable listeners or readers to interpret the speaker's intended meaning in a more contextual and nuanced manner, while reference involves using words or phrases to identify specific entities with a conversation or text. Inference entails the mental process of drawing a conclusion about meanings that are not explicitly stated, and an explanation of how these two concepts support each other. Number 1, reference as a clue for inference, and number 2, inference for uncovering implied meaning in reference, and number 3, collaboration between reference and inference to interpret speaker intent, and number 4, the role of shared knowledge in making inference from reference, and number 5, enhancing textual or conversation cohesion through reference and inference. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum.